What's going on? All right, I'm going to talk about dishwasher timer replacements. So on the dishwasher itself, if you're having an issue where the timer is not advancing and it's just stuck in the same spot, then we've got an issue with the timer. Also, if the drain solenoid underneath is completely melted, and that'll be a separate video. The drain solenoid, when it is getting melted, it's because it's per GE appliance technician manuals. They are getting over voltaged from the timer. So the root cause of those drain solenoids melting, according to GE, is the timer. So they have to be replaced together. Otherwise, you're gonna have a repeat issue with the drain solenoid. So we're just gonna go over timers, and that's it. So the first step will be is unplugging or turning the breaker off to the unit. Go ahead and pull the knob straight out. And then we've got screws holding this panel on. So we're gonna go ahead and take these off. I would always recommend either using a screwdriver. You can use a drill to remove them. Just be careful putting them back in. You don't want to over tighten these. There are two separate types of screws holding this panel on to the door. And I will put them closer to the camera so you can see them, because you don't want to mess this up. The ones at the bottom here, they are this stainless steel screw. And they have a flat surface here. And then the ones that are above are this screw here, which has a pointed tip here. So always make sure that the stainless machine screws go in the bottom too, because that's the ones that are likely to face water. And so just make sure to put them back in that order, and then you prevent any kind of cross-threading or not being able to actually tighten something sufficiently enough. And you can always fast forward this video if you need to. Or just watch me do this. All right, this is the last screw. I'm gonna hold this door and panel together just to keep it from not separating, because it will separate. All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna take the outer panel here, the inner panel, and just lift up. And just pull it out. There it is. I like to just set it on to the outer panel and lean it up against the dishwasher box. Just kind of prop it in there, and then that keeps everything nice. I'm not fighting the springs on the door, and it just makes it for a much easier repair. All right, so we are going to be dealing with this part, which is the timer. Here we go. We've got two harnesses. One harness is for the actual timer that just spins the gear, for the others that rotates around and then goes to the different contact points that send and distribute power to whatever it's calling for, whether it would be the heater, the drain solenoid. And so that's all programmed from this. So this harness, we're just going to take this out. Disconnect that, and then we got the harness here, and just like that, our timer is now disconnected. And then we've got 2 screws holding the timer on. So we're gonna go ahead and take these off. All right, remove the video. All right, so we got these 2 harnesses out of the way. We got these 2 screws. They're little short screws, easy to identify. And then we've got the clips back here. So we're literally just gonna tilt this and take it right out. Easy peasy. Now, a new timer does not come with this. It looks literally like that. You have to take this off of your old timer and transfer it to your new timer. This is what will open up the soap dish. If you do not have this on, your soap dish will remain closed and the dishes will not wash and you'll get a call back. So make sure to swap this out. I always keep literally I have like 2 of these extra in my shop just in case for incidentals, if something accidentally got thrown out, and we have those moments where we're human. So I always keep an extra couple. I don't, stock like 10 of these. I just have 2. But this timer is in good shape, so we're gonna just put it back in. But if your timer is not advancing, and let's just say you replaced a dishwasher, and maybe you have an extra one of these, or let's just say your issue is it's not advancing and you have a good timer, because these are separate modules. This is literally just what makes the clock go round. You can unpry these metal clips here, pull this out, and you can replace just this by itself from like another dishwasher. So if your timer is actually good and it just doesn't advance, this is all you need. But if you have a timer that is burning out your drain solenoid, then this is the part you need right here. And so whether, if you can salvage any of these things, I wouldn't throw the whole thing away, because if all you have is a burnt solenoid, then take this off and save this and use it for a non-advancement issue. You don't even have to remove this whole thing. You can just undo this while it's on there and replace that and be done with it much faster. All right, so with the new one, just gonna line these clips up right here and just bring it. Sometimes this gets in the way, so you gotta kind of move that to get it into alignment. And then you just make sure your screw holes line up, and then we are good to go. All right, I'm gonna put the foam back over here. All right, go ahead, secure this timer. And go ahead and plug our harnesses back in. There's the 2 little flies here. Just expand those out. Just ensure that they are clipped in place, so that way you know that it's locked in. And then we'll go ahead and put this back on. And just give this a nice little touch just to make sure it's not binding up or anything. And then we will just go ahead and take our door, we'll place the bottom of the door in the bottom tray of the dishwasher, bring this together, take the door lock, move this out a little bit, and feed it through the front. And then just sandwich these doors back together like that, these panels. Voila! Keep pressure on it until you get your first screw in. I'll usually always start with this top screw since it's right where the lock mechanism is. Now I can let go. And then, of course, you finish up your screws, put your knob back in, and then you can also test your soap dish. It opens. Voila. That is how we replace a timer. Then plug the machine or turn the breaker back on, and you are all done. Thank you.